Yes, sir. We're back. What a JJK Modulo review for chapter 7. There we go. That looks better. 7. Um, Not gonna hold you. Pretty solid chapter. This is very much a very, I want to say, character-driven chapter. Character conversation, ideals, mindsets, and whatnot, if you will. I thought it was pretty interesting. Got a more deep dive into Cross's mindset. Got a little bit of Yuka's mindset too and her thought process, and it's pretty interesting to see. So like going through the chapter, like it begins with the sorcerer agency capturing the guy from last chapter. Then Cross coming in saying he's going to take Maru to the hospital on his ship though, and not leave him in human care and whatnot. There was a back and forth between that's how mental gymnastics or mental warfare, how I forgot the guy's name. I'm just gonna call him like the sensei of Yuka, and I think his name is Saguri. He wanted to keep Maru here so they could show to the Sumerians that humans are competent. But that didn't go so it didn't work out. The point is it didn't work out. Maru went to the Sumerians to get help and whatnot and get healed up. That's whatever. We then cut to Saguri. He's in bed sleeping. And then freaking Mahito pops up saying he thought he was him. Let me double check the wording exactly. We have that information here. Low key. I'm thinking. Can I just transition with the stuff behind me? Let me see. What is it? Okay. Wait, we'll try this out for the video. We'll try it out for the video. And that's not bad at all, actually. That's not bad at all. Nice. So Mahio says, what's all this? I thought you were him. Then, we see Saguri wake up. There it is right there. And then they're just conversating and whatnot. Just saying how is everybody and whatnot. But mind you, I can't do this for the entire video. I feel like I might get copyrighted. Mind you, before this happened, Cross took Maru's band-aid and headband. So right now, this is Cross talking to Saguri. So Cross is pretending to be Maru. That's the bit right there. That's the bit. It was filing to the hospital. Yuka's alright. Then they're like, hey, let's have like a little fun beach episode. Not beach episode, but like a fun episode. That being them going to the amusement park. Excuse me. Because Maru wanted to go to the amusement park, right? So they go to the amusement park, chill out, have some fun. They're just enjoying themselves. And then like a kid loses his mother and whatnot. So Saguri and some random dude, I forgot his name, they go out to find the kid. Then not Maru, but Cross disguises Maru is hanging out with Yuka to calm down the kid. He does a backflip. I think it's just, again, showing like him just interact with humans, like him doing so. Like he did like a kind of thing for the kid. Because he told the kid to like calm down, practically saying, hey, yo, your parents aren't dead yet and whatnot. Be smooth. That's caused the kid to break out crying. So then like he does like a cool trick in the air. Like, Loki, let's try this again with the transition stuff. I think this might be the move for editing. There we go. So then he does like a backflip and whatnot to impress the kid, calm him down. He's impressed and happy and whatnot. So it kind of just shows like he has like a softer side to him a little bit. He's still very hard on the outside, but he still has like a softer side to him. You know what I mean? So moving forward, the kid finds his mother and whatnot. And I think there was more information here. Let me double check. Oh yeah, so then they talk about religion. And then at this point it's kind of going to like, the main theme of the, I want to say the chapter, which is, theft, taking things and whatnot, and then like, reacting with theft with your own theft. That's kind of like the whole back and forth conversation, like, breaking the cycle of that theft and hatred. That's kind of what's going on. So like the first, I want to say, stone for this pathway, breadcrumb, was them talking about, Halloween and where it came from. And let's, quote directly, shall we? I mean, why not? There it is. So Yuka's saying, it's a Christian holiday I heard once belonged to another religion, but I don't know. Then, yeah, so I think that's part right there. It's a Christian holiday that once belonged to someone else, she doesn't know. Then they talk about, religion itself, if Yuka believes in God, she really doesn't. saying if people won't believe stuff, she gets it, but at the same time, she wouldn't like have such strong beliefs where she's willing to like die for her belief like that, for religion. And I think the another example pops up of, no, you could bring this up actually with religion. Hell, back in Japan, they used to have like this stone of Jesus, and bro, let's just keep doing this. I feel like, why am I not doing this? Right here. Have that in the background when I speak. Yeah, we're trying something new this chapter. So you could goes on talking about how, I could bring it up actually. There we go. How they had Christians, to see if they were actually denounce their faith or not. They would step on the slab of Jesus Christ, and if they didn't, they'd executed. Then Yuka was saying she would just step on regardless if she was believed because she wants to survive and whatnot, and doesn't understand like why someone would do so much for their religion, something like that. She seems like it'll be like a waste for them to die over it. Or she said it would be a waste if she died, something like that, Then Cross brings up the question of if it was a person, would you step on them? You know what I mean? Like, so if this was like an actual person, would you still have that mindset and still step on that same person? Is the point he brings up to her. And how does she respond to that, actually? What does she say? Oh, yeah, she says she never thought of it that way. And then that's when he goes into whole how, humans are kind of bred to trample other people when they don't care. And they just kind of, they'll do whatever that means to get what they want. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, at that point, Cross is trying to say, like, he just does not trust humanity. He thinks humanity, at some point, is going to betray the Sumerians. And he feels like, since they were stolen from, and again, it's going by the whole theme of, stealing, and if I was stolen from, at that point, my reaction is valid for me to steal from others, So he's saying, I don't trust humanity, so at this point, since we were stolen from, our people were, subjugated so hard, us coming here and stealing from you guys, taking over your planet, is valid. And then we go into how, what else? I lost my train of thought here. That's valid. Damn, I had a good point too. It was like a good transition. So let me just repeat it. So, it's okay to steal because we were stolen from. And then it continues that cycle. Then Yuka brings up the point of she gets, you wanted to steal because you were stolen from. But at some point, you gotta break that cycle. Like, she understands kind of like all that hatred and upset is in your body. Like, that's valid feelings to have. But at some point, someone has to break the wheel, break that cycle of, stealing because you got stolen from. I wish I could remember my point I was just about to say. It was going to be like a amazing point. But that's whatever. But I think another major part of the chapter 2 is Yuka taking Cross with her to her examination because apparently she has like some type of brain cancer. And she only has like I think it's like half a year to live. Let me check. Yeah, half a year to live. So let me see. There we go. I'm starting to remember. So I'm starting with the pause one, but I'm trying like a new method, like using like the comic behind me as well, so y'all can see it. See if y'all mess with that. We'll just see how that goes. But yeah. She admits, like, hey, I have brain cancer. And he thought she was using that as, like, a point to get pity points, but she didn't want that. She hates to be pitied on. Like, she hates being alone, but she hates more to be pitied on as well. So she's kind of just showing that, like, hey, I'm getting my life stolen from me, but you still have time to live and whatnot and do better, practically, is what's kind of being said. Even admits, too, that her life is being stolen from. And she calls and wants to like, hey, you're admitting that my life is stolen from, so should I not steal as well? And then he's trying to say, like, that's not the point. And, like, his whole point is, at some point, even if we do coexist, humanity will, at some point, betray us, because that's how humans operate. Humans operate to steal, kill, and destroy, And so he wants to just, be preemptive with that, saying, I might as well just steal before you guys steal from us. Because you are known thieves. And that, the first, inkling of that, foreshadowing, I should say, is, with Halloween and how Christianity stole that from a different religion, or just admitting that and whatnot. And now he's saying, hey, listen, all of humanity throughout history and whatnot is y'all stealing from others and stepping over others. And now imagine you bring in these refugees, our people, to your planet. At some point, you might steal and destroy us. So, since we have already been stolen from, what his mindset is, I might as well steal from you preemptively and just take what I want and just conquer the world practically. You know, wage war on you guys and take what's rightfully yours because we can't do that. And then at that point, you're saying, I get the cycle of, theft, wanting to break that cycle together. And that's kind of the chapter ends with, her saying, let's start something new together. Let me see. Let me pull up the thing. Yeah, let's break the wheel of destiny together. So, like, just, the cycle of theft and breaking that cycle. So, I think it's also kind of interesting, too, how, like, the older siblings are having, like, their own bonding moment, like Maru and Saguri, and them bonding, like, trying to learn what it means to be neighbors and whatnot and friends, getting that kinship. And then the younger siblings who are very much jaded because Cross isn't like his big brother, just like humans, because he believes in theft and whatnot. Then we have Yuka, jaded because she only has like a half year to live. Her family kind of took away the thing she loved the most and gave it to her older brother. Now she's working hard to get that. It's like she has like a lot of jade towards the world, but like she's still trying to move forward with some optimism. So like we have like these two, the older siblings coming together, like kind of, I want to be like the yin to the yang almost, and them come together, becoming friends through the kinship, and then her, with her point of view, helping Cross understand like breaking the wheel of theft and being seeing different perspective of humanity. Like even though we do steal, we could be more than that if we work together. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of interesting to see those parallels between like the older siblings and younger siblings both having like their own separate arcs with the aliens. I think that's kind of neat to see. That's kind of a cool thing being played out and whatnot. But yeah, overall, good chapter. I feel like it was a very good chapter. I think fun stuff was like Yuka picking up Millie that like it wasn't Maru, it was Cross pretending to be Maru. That was cool. And I think at the beginning of the chapter too, I missed it because I kind of want to just talk about this main theme. But like, what was it? I think it was Saguri apologizing to Maru, Cross pretending to be Maru, about not understanding their full situation and whatnot. It wanted to do better. Let me see. Right here. We'll show that. So yeah, right here. Maru, I'm sorry for talking about the invasions calling you a freeloader. I didn't quite understand the scope of your circumstances. I do now. And yeah, I think it's stuff like that, like Saguri showing some growth as well. Like just little stuff like that. And I feel like they're sounding like a good foundation for these characters to like grow and like move the story. So now we have like two things going on. The two main characters, one to get strong, to give off the heirloom, to also take the heirloom, being Yuta's ring. Then like peace with Sumerians through kinship and neighborhood, while Yuka, having a half a year to live, is still trying to be optimistic and wanting to show Cross there's more to humanity than our just being theft, and we could break this wheel of destiny and start anew together. You know what I mean? So yeah, bit of a long-winded video, kind of different way of doing it, but I feel like it might have been interesting. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, decent chapter. I liked it. I do enjoy like the character chapters for sure. And just seeing characters' mindsets, them interacting in public spaces and whatnot, just them talking. I feel like that just really, it's just fun to see. It's a nice good break, pause, a break from the action. We got to see this, So yeah, that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. No need to unsubscribe if you don't like, but like and subscribe if you do like. You feel me? But yeah, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. All right, be easy.